Hello again, everyone. It's your man, Cowboy Star, coming back at you. That's right, we're talking about the Dallas Cowboys. Well, there is a little bit of news in the world of sports today about the Dallas Cowboys. And before I forget, if you're new to this channel, be sure you hit the subscribe button. I sure would appreciate that. It helps out the channel. And yeah, in the news, in case you've been underneath a rock, the big news is not really Cowboy related, but Tom Brady. That's right, Tom Brady has decided to retire from the NFL after 22 seasons. Man, you know, it's kind of bittersweet. I wasn't really a fan of Tom Brady that much, but you got to give it to him. He was the GOAT, man. He won 7 Super Bowls, went to a couple more, and it's hard to dispute that he was the best quarterback of all time, in my opinion. And, you know, a lot of people said he did some shady things, you know, to get those wins. But, hey, if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying, you know, the way I'm thinking about it. So, anyway, yeah, Tom Brady, we won't have to worry about him messing things up for us. That's the way I look at it. That's one less great quarterback that we have to worry about once we get toward the playoffs. You know, that'll open up a slot. In other words, and maybe we can get up a higher, another seed or two. You never know. So, yeah, Tom Brady's decided to hang it up. Who knows? He might take off a year and come back. I hope not. Hell, he's 44 years old. So, in other news, Michael Gallup is finally having his surgery from that torn ACL that he sustained a couple of games back. He had to wait till the swelling went down. Yeah, the Cowboys have a lot of decisions to make in the offseason. There's several players on the bubble that are free agents, like Tank Lawrence and Michael Gallup, and they may even let Amari Cooper go, is what the word is on the street. They would save $16 million if they let him go. So I hate to see them do that. I kind of hope they bring Amari back, but I mean, that's a lot of cake, you know, for some of the stuff that Amari pulled, like not getting vaccinated and, you know, kind of always have a nagging injury of some sort. It seems like he's always got something going on. But you got to give it to him. He is a good receiver. Dak declined to go to the Pro Bowl because of his calf. He wants to rest up and get ready for the next season. So he's not going to be playing in the Pro Bowl this weekend. So I think they brought up a couple of other quarterbacks, Russell Wilson and the quarterback for the Vikings. His name is escaping me right now, but yeah, I think they brought them two in his place. So, yeah, Dak decided he didn't want to play in the Pro Bowl, which I can't really blame him. He could risk another injury. Who knows? Stranger things have happened. But while Dak was talking and doing his interview there, he ran into Juju Smith-Schuster of the Steelers, who was a free agent wide receiver of the Pittsburgh Steelers. And he said that he thinks Dak's a great quarterback and he wouldn't mind playing for the Cowboys. So I guess he was putting his 2 cents in on trying to get with the Cowboys. Who knows? But wouldn't mind having Juju Smith, especially if we lose Amari. So, but Kellen Moore, as you know, Dan Quinn has already decided to come back to the Cowboys. So Wade Jerry talks, he's going to be back for multi-years. So we'll see how that turns out. But I'm glad Dan Quinn is back. And Kellen Moore still has a 50-50 shot to get the Dolphins head coaching job. So we may get a new offensive coordinator or get one promoted from within. Nussmeier could get promoted up from receivers coach. And then I'm sure Mike McCarthy would probably call the plays if Kellen Moore did get a head coaching job. But Remains to be seen. It's between him and this guy named McDaniel, who's a play scripter. He's not really an offensive coordinator, but we'll see who gets the job. I think they're kind of leaning toward McDaniel more than they are Kellen, but he's still got a 50-50 shot. If you haven't heard the news about Brian Flores, the former head coach of the Miami Dolphins, he has sued the NFL in a class action lawsuit over the Rooney Rule. He says it's bogus how they're doing it. They're just interviewing the minority coaches just to fulfill the Rooney Rule, not really serious about hiring any minorities, in his opinion. And by doing this, he's risking his coaching life, if you will, because Colin Kaepernick, he did some things kind of on the same lines as this, a racial thing, and he was blackballed from the league. So I hate to see that. Flores is a good coach. And I think Hugh Jackson has joined him in the lawsuit, former Browns head coach, on some allegations. But the funniest thing that happened was Bill Belichick, he thought at first was texting him, but he was accidentally trying to text Brian Daboll, who got the New York Giants job. And he said, I heard that you were going to get the job, and he thought he was talking to Brian Daboll, but he in fact was texting Brian Flores. So Belichick put his foot in his mouth. He said, oops, I kind of effed that up. I'm sorry. He says, I texted the wrong person. So that was kind of a slap in the face to Brian Flores as well. So, he thought he was texting him about he might get the job, but he was talking about Brian Daboll, who actually did get the job for the New York Football Giants. So, yeah, it's a lot of crazy stuff going on right now. Jerry Jones is at the Senior Bowl, looking at some of the college players, him and Steven. So, next thing that's going to be coming up is the draft, and draft prospects, and there'll be a lot of good draft prospects the Cowboys probably need to focus on for the, I would say, the offensive line, defensive line, safety. Offense, we're pretty good unless we want to pick up another tight end or something like that, but I'm sure that's probably what they will. And they picked up a kicker, put him on a futures contract. And I never did catch what his name was. I need to find out what his name was, but he's a former NFL kicker. So that's good. The Cowboys are, taking the kicking situation serious and getting a few backups in the mix to have like a bit of a, give our kicker a little bit of a test there, so he'll have somebody to go against in training camp. So that's pretty much all that's going on right now with the Dallas Cowboys. Like I said, the biggest news was Tom Brady deciding to hang it up. So, I was kind of shocked. I thought he'd play at least another year, but oh well. Whatever's good for him is good for me. I'm kind of glad in a way to see him go because, that's, like I said, that's one quarterback less we got to worry about. With that being said, we'll catch you next time. I'm out.